Happy Friday, happy weekend. This is episode 120 of your favorite D-list actor. And let me fix this lighting. I'm getting drowned out like crazy. Let's move that back a bit. Is that too much? Still too much? Should we just kill it? Let's kill it. Let's see what happens if I kill it. Hey, if I kill it. Is it too dark? Yeah, I think that might be too dark. Now it's looking like some really crazy stuff. Ooh. What's that doing for me? How's that working? How's that working? Hi, kitten. Thanks for coming on. Got one like. We got one watching live. I'm trying to figure out this lighting thing. For some reason, it's extra bright. You know what? Let me bring this in. Maybe that, if I bring it down a little bit. I'm going to scoot over out of the main part of the light. I like it over here. There we go. Now, where were we? Shannon in the house live from Michigan. We got two watching live. It's October 13th, 2023, and we are live from Phoenix, Arizona. And it's still hot here. It's still in the 90s. It's it's pretty impressive. It's going to be a very, very, very warm Halloween. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. But with the heat, that means no running, just weights. So just been hitting the weights. I've been really keeping to the diet, really focusing on that, and feeling actually quite strong in the gym for what my strength is now compared to, when I was powerlifting or something like that, because those two do not compare. But yeah, right now, I'm a little strong, but very sore also, because I have been trying to move a little bit more weight than I normally do. So yeah, a little bit sore. It's all good though. It's no worries. Just eat a little bit more protein, stretch a little bit more, and I'll be good. But with it being Friday the 13th, and it's October, I mean, the Halloween vibe has got to be going full on. We have our Halloween decorations out front. They look fantastic. Wife did them up. They look great. We are going to be handing out candy this year. She's going to be a nurse, and I will be a doctor. So that's pretty cool. We're matching outfits again. We got 4 watching live. We were talking to the neighbor a couple days ago, and I was like, this looks like a very black cat in the house. This looks like a neighborhood that does, trick or treating. And the neighbor's like, yeah, you're going to need at least 3 bags of Costco candy. So you know what we're talking about. So we need at least 3 bags of those. And I'm very excited because in Vegas, like seriously, we wouldn't even go through a full bag of candy. It was really weird out there. Not a lot of kids went went out trick or treating. So it's going to be so cool to have tons of kids coming through. I know my dogs are going to be going absolutely crazy. Maybe we'll make them little ghosts or something. That should be fun. Since they didn't really experience. Oh my gosh, that's on my. They really didn't experience it last year because, like I said, not a lot of people came to the house. But this year, with the neighborhood we live in, there's lots of kids. So it's gonna be pretty neat. But we'll see how the puppies handle it. We got their little vibration collars that we can use if we have to, if they just get too crazy. So we're set, but very excited. Can't wait. Yeah. So what are you guys doing for Halloween now? Who's getting dressed up? What are you wearing? Do you guys have a theme? Do you do the house up big? Do you do the big party? Do you sit at home? Do you turn the light off and you're like, bah humbug, screw Halloween? What's your Halloween vibe? Because I mean, it is Friday the 13th, so if you're not a Halloween person, I mean, you got to be excited right now because you're like, oh man, I've already been watching. I'm day 13 of watching scary movies and stuff like that. So some people are just like so into it, but. What about you guys? Anybody dressing up? Like I said, the wife and I are going as doctor and nurse. We've already got our outfits. It's going to be a lot of fun passing out candy. I'm very excited about that. Now, going to the work stuff. The strike continues, the SAG strike. They walked out the last time they had a meeting. It seems like the evil access does not want to come off any money at all. And they're just being Scrooge McDuck with it, and they're not sharing. But with that being said, and with there not a lot of work out there, I still grind every week. And this week, my grind is 7 submissions and 1 audition. And the audition was for Carnival Cruises. So didn't hear anything. So it's probably, I think I've had like something like 40 something auditions this year, and I think I'm 0 for 40 this year. I do not have a good batting average this year for booking work. I know it can't be the mop because they never see the mop. See, I don't even look at that. Look, I haven't had a haircut so long. How long is it on the sides? It's ridiculous. Yeah, for real. It's crazy. Look at that. Look at that mop. It's crazy, man. Oh my goodness. I could clean up a mess with that thing. I could clean up some serious spills. Same with this. Yeah, it needs to get trimmed. It's bad. I was shaving this morning. You can tell. I was feeling that Friday the 13th. I was like, I sliced a big chunk out of my finger, trying to get peanut butter out of the at the end of the jar. I mean, it's been so Friday the 13th vibes. Blood everywhere. It's been crazy. It's a bloodbath. But yeah, one audition and no callbacks. And the Carnival Cruise one, I believe it was playing a dad. So I had to do the look into my partner's eyes thing, and then I had to look around the deck and see how amazing the view was and things like that. So yeah, what are you gonna do? I prefer dialogue, but it's all good. Sometimes you have to do those where you're just basically a mime, but you don't mind. You know what I mean? But those are fun too. Depends on what it is. If you're just looking, I mean, it's more fun if you get like monsters are coming. You're like, you got to react to that than it is to, oh, look how beautiful and breathtaking the view is. Let me do a deep breath. Yeah, that's basically that's what it was. So we got 5 watching live. We got 3 likes. We're about to move on to the first named segment of the show, but first we gotta have a coffee break. I make the world's best iced coffee. So, oh my goodness, that iced coffee is so good. It's ridiculous how good that iced coffee is. But let's wash that down a little bit because I got a dry mouth. And we are ready for the first named segment of the show, the social media segment. Because we're not just here on the YouTube making these Friday live videos and every once in a while dropping a little video that I like to make, but we're all over the place. We're on X, formerly known as Twitter, at TJWIMZ. We're on Instagram at TJWIMZ. We're at Facebook and LinkedIn at It's a Friday Remix. On LinkedIn and Facebook at TJWIMBS, isn't bullshit or bullshisa. And my IMDb, where you can see all the projects I have coming up, some of the major projects that I've worked on, their status, anything you want to know about the project, you go onto IMDb, and bam, it's on there. I have 41 credits to my name, so go through there, check them out, see projects I have coming up, see projects that I've made that are still in post production. You can find out what's going on with those. So yeah, there's some good stuff on there, a lot of good photos, a lot of good. I put a lot of reels on there. My 20. I'm very proud that this year, though, I actually have like this super awesome reel, my 2023 show reel. But we're on striking, so it's like I'm not going to drop it because like nobody's going to see it. So I gotta hold on to it. Yeah, my precious, my precious. But man, I want to drop it so bad. I'm so excited. This is my first time that I've had a legit show reel. Usually it's always just been clips, 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 clips. But yeah, now I have a legit show reel, so I want to put it out there. I have a normal version, which is actually 4 minutes long, and then I have a extended version that's over 5 minutes long. So yeah, I'll put them both out there eventually once things get up and running again, and then I'll have that freaking reel everywhere I can post it. It's 4 minutes and 5 seconds, so I'm not sure what platforms I'm gonna be able to put on there, but definitely will be on YouTube and X if I can get it on there, Instagram and Facebook. So even LinkedIn, I'll drop it on LinkedIn if there's no space for it. I will definitely do that because I'll definitely want to get that out there. I want everybody to see a little bit of range. The Australian accent's on there a couple times, so that's cool too. Little things I can do with that. So I'm very excited. Cannot wait to drop that. But once again, we got to get through this SAG strike because not helping nobody. So speaking of other IMDb, which was one of the platforms, IMDb numbers are down this week for acting, but the YouTube, this show, its IMDb numbers are up this week, and it is Friday, so you guys know what that means. It's time for the up down dance. Excuse me while I drop this mic. Oh, there we go. It's the up down dance on a Friday with the mop head. That's the first time Mophead Friday Up Down Dance in history. Mark your calendars. You were there to see it. You were there to see it. You witnessed it. 5 people witnessed it live. First ever. Although we do have 251 subscribers. Thank you so much extra for the 5 that are watching right now. I appreciate each and every one of you. Good looking out. Yeah, I do appreciate everyone that supports me in any way, any platform like this. Come by, say hi. Shannon, she goes on to Twitter, X, on Fridays and drops little things saying, hey, my boys got a show on tonight, and I appreciate stuff like that. So thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you so much. Yeah, it means the world. You guys are great. So other than that, I think with all the numbers and all the, oh yeah, we do have no new videos up here. Nothing. Actually, I don't think we put up any new photos this week at all or anything. Man, I don't think there's any new social media this week. Yeah, there's stuff. Go on X. There's one when I sliced my hand open. I put a picture of that on there too, so you guys can check that out. And it's got a lot of ones that are pretty funny. So yeah, there's stuff on X. You can go over there. But the rest of them, I haven't posted anything. So yeah, and that's it. Let's have a sip of that amazing iced coffee, and then we're gonna go into the next segment. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot something before we jump into the next segment. I was able to get a little bit more information on Red Sands, and apparently Red Sands is completely done and is maybe within a week from being uploaded to a streaming channel, and could be as early as Monday. Whenever I get more information on that, I will pass it on to you. Sorry, wrong segment, but yeah, it just popped in my head. I forgot to write it on the board. And when I forget to write things down, it's much, like when I go shopping, if it's not on there, I'm probably not going to buy it. But here we are. All right, moving on to the next name segment of the show. TJ's Hollywood Seconds. Because you may have heard this before, but I want to tell you again. Because I want to, and you guys know how we usually start with the bad stuff. The original Lois Lane, Phyllis Coates, passed away at 96, and Mark Goddard from Lost in Space, the OG Lost in Space, passed away at 87. Here's some crazy news. A Christmas movie that I was in, originally entitled now I can't. You know what? Now I can't remember the original title. That's crazy. The Higher Spirit. It was originally called The Higher Spirit when it first dropped, and then they changed the name to Coming Home for Christmas, and that's been on Tubi and a couple other free streaming services since then. Well, November 1st, when the holidays start for Thanksgiving and Christmas movie types of stuff, it will be streaming on Peacock, and I just found that out this week. So I'm like, whoa, that is really cool. Yeah, Coming Home for Christmas. My first holiday movie that I've ever done, never did so far, is going to be on Peacock. Yeah, Coming Home for Christmas. Mark your calendars, November 1st. But of course, have the entire holidays to check it out. Scream 7 looks like it's to script right now or being written. I saw that on IMDb. Yeah, so I guess it's going to try to catch up with all those Jasons and all that stuff. The whole Friday the 13th theme we got going on. The Iron Claw, which is a movie about the wrestling family, the Von Erichs. Just saw the trailer. It looks awesome. Definitely want to see it. Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma for a few years, I was a huge fan of all the wrestling promotions because basically they were all on TV and I got to watch all of them and they all came to town and my mom would take me all the time. So I thought the Von Erichs were amazing. I got to see them, watch them live, wrestle live quite a few times as a kid. Yeah, I loved it. So this is going to be great to see. I like the backstory and what's going on behind the stage and behind the curtain. And I've read a lot of stuff, but it's always cool to see it in a movie that after you've read something. So I'm looking to see how well Zac Efron does as one of the Von Erich kids. It's going to be cool. I'm very excited about it. And then, of course, I want to talk to my wrestling friends about it afterwards. So we can get a compare notes and see what we thought. All right, what's on TV and what am I watching? Well, The NFL. Yeah. Ravens lose. Terrible. Gave the game away. But the Raiders won again. But if you see who they're beating, it's like there is a huge line of where there are just some teams in the NFL this year that are just really, really bad. And the Raiders have beat both of them and have only scored 17 points to win, if that says anything. So yeah, not not super impressed with the Raiders there. Let me see what if I got anything on the more of those notes there. No, the rest is all college football. Let's grab that. Let's grab it, pull it in, and this gives us the opportunity to wear the glasses. We go fully Sally Jesse Raphael's on there. We go college football. College football. Oh my goodness. Last week, so many upsets. It was so fantastic. I love upsets. Georgia over Kentucky. Texas, Oklahoma beats Texas. Oh man, that was a great game. Louisville comes back and beats Notre Dame. I was so happy. Can't stand Notre Dame. UCLA over Washington. Oh wait, yep. And Missouri LSU and Fresno State Wyoming. This week we got 1, 2, 3, 4 top 25 matchups. So that's awesome. Oregon versus Washington, USC, Notre Dame, always a great game. They always come to play on that game. Miami, North Carolina, and UCLA, Oregon State. The USC, Notre Dame, and the Oregon Washington game are going to be the two biggest games for me. For what I'm looking at when I'm watching college football. Really excited about that. I love when top 25 teams battle it out. I can't wait. Yeah, it's gonna be another great weekend of college football with knowing that many top 25 teams are going to lose, and there are some other good matchups too. A lot of conference matchups, and it's just a thing is when you play somebody in your conference or somebody in your state, everybody just the rivalries make the games even better, no matter how bad one of the teams could be. You look at Thursday night football last night. Well, actually, Thursday night football was a little bit different. We realized last night that Kansas City plays to the level of whoever they're playing, and that's why they lost to the Lions, because they were thinking the Lions weren't that great. When the Lions are really good because they got all that young talent that was out there kicking some ass. So basically, they beat a really bad team, but without like putting forth effort. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I feel about it. Yeah, what are you gonna do? So other than football, I watched a lot of other things. 6 watching live. I think we're almost up to 8. That was crazy. Which one did I? Oh, don't tell me I threw the paper away. No, all right. So the morning show, I've got 3 shows going on, so my brain got a little confused there for half a second. The morning show, I'm all caught up on. I'm going to watch episode 3 tonight. I'm on episode 6 of 1923. I'm very excited because Spencer is on his way home and he didn't die in the boat. So that's cool. Very excited about that. And then Loki, which I'm going to watch as soon as the show's done. And then I'll be caught up with episode 2. And that first episode of Loki was hilarious. I love anything about time travel. But when he was jumping, when he was popping in and out of the same timeline, oh my goodness. And then the guy would ask him, hey, do you have one of these? He was like, no, I don't. Wait, I do have one of those, because he was on the same timeline telling him what he needed. It was hilarious. Great job on that one, Marvel. Loki was great last year, and it seems like the first episode is not, it has not disappointed. It looks like it's going to be another great series for Loki. Yeah, like I said, tonight I will watch, get caught up again on the morning show, Loki, and another episode probably of 1923. Absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen 1883, I highly recommend it. I'm 6 episodes into 1923, and I think it's fantastic. Incredible actors. Just like, wow, like, yeah, some really good stuff. Great acting all the way around on that show, which once again is breathing life into the fact that I may give Yellowstone another try. On to the box office top 5 domestic as of Wednesday. Number 5, The Blind. I believe they were number 5 last week. Number 4, The Creator. The Creator has only made $28 million, and it was an $80 million budget. It's not doing very well in the box office. Paw Patrol at number 3 has made more money than The Creator, and Saw has only been out a week. Saw 10, and it's only a few thousand. Excuse me, a few thousand behind. I mean, like, yeah, it's wow. The Creator is not doing good. And number 1, staying with the Halloween theme, The Exorcist. Yeah, Believer. It's number 1 right now. So it's the Halloween season, man. That's the kind of movies that are going to be number 1. If you're into scary movies, awesome for you, right? So you're set, you're ready to go. You got them all. They're out there, and it's your season. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that because the wife and I are actually dressing up and passing out candy in the new neighborhood. So that is cool. Let's have a sip of coffee before we get into the last segment of the show. Excuse me. And normally this is TJ's acting circle, but not really any acting going on. Excuse me. So it's like I think I'm going to switch it up. So I'm going to change this to a Q&A at the end of the show. So this week, I will drum up some questions on Twitter, X, and then we'll come on here and we'll answer questions at the end of the show, or a question, depends on how long the answers end up being. So unless, of course, you guys have some questions that you guys want to send me, and then we can go off of that. So any great questions, anybody watching this, as a matter of fact, has a great question, send it to me, and we'll save it for next week, and that'll be a new segment on the show. We'll just do Q&A. Like it? Sounds good. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy weekend. Happy Halloween season. It's almost time to say goodbye. I gotta move my microphone. Not my mic, my earbuds. Remember, guys, it's Friday. Be safe. If you're gonna go out and you're gonna consume anything that can mess with your impair your vision, impair anything, your driving abilities, please have a plan. Because everyone I'm talking to today, I want to be able to talk to next week. Be safe out there, guys. Stay hydrated. Wear sunscreen, and give me a second while I drop this mic and give thanks. Namaste, everybody. Have a great one. Thanks for coming out, and I will catch you next Friday. But right now, I'm out this one.